Hey guys, Anders here with another video. This time we're going to be taking a look at the first week progress of a fresh start account on the EU servers. I wanted to go over my thoughts and goals for the series and tell you my experience playing for the first week. Now, I received this account as a gift back in November so I could start doing a beginner guide series, but I never really got playing apart from logging in a few times to try and get some event items. Now, the crappy thing is because I technically started the account back in November, I left it idle too long, so I never got all of my beginner attendance awards, which are pretty good if you didn't know. Instead, I got the returners rewards when I started on December 29th, which are still okay, but not as good. This also meant that coming back, I also lost Olvia access to servers, so this first month will be without Olvia servers. So obviously a couple of hiccups here and there in trying to make a fresh account, but as you see at the end of this video, it doesn't really matter too much because the name of the game in video is really just events to help you progress. You have to take advantage of events and you will be propelled forward quite quickly in your gear. Now, first, to give you an idea of where I'm coming from as a player, I've been playing Black Desert for a little over 2 years now. I started at launch but quit the game after about a month because I was just simply interested in other games at the time. I came back December 2016 and I have been playing since. I have 2 level 61 classes in Ranger and Berserker, and 3 level 60 classes in a Kunoichi, Wizard, and Archer. Now gear-wise, I'm Softcap, I guess, with a Kudum and a Narc instead of a Tungrad, simply for common damage, and I play semi-casually. Don't actually grind that often, so on my main account I took a life skill focused approach to progression, but starting fresh I would just focus on grinding, which is what I'm doing. I chose EU simply because it's completely foreign to me. I don't really know the markets or your guilds or your drama, so it's as much of a fresh start as I can get right now. Now ping wise, I live on the east coast of the US, so my ping is not much higher than it already is considering our NA servers are on the west coast for me. And officially I did start this fresh account December 29th 2018, so a couple days before the new year. In terms of classes, there were a lot of choices. Obviously, if I wanted to go the easy route, I would have chosen like Mystic or Striker, Wizard or Witch, but I chose Tamer as a class to progress with simply because I really enjoy the class, but never really put enough hours to learn it properly or gear it on my main account. She's not what I would consider a meta class right now, and I don't think she will ever be, so it adds an extra layer of challenge than had I chosen a class like a Mystic, for example, which is very popular these days. So far, only PvP I've experienced on the new server has been a single gank over in Helms, but it genuinely gave me nostalgia for the old days when Helms used to be the Gahaz of 2017. As far as gearing up, I've gone with full Grunil, which I just bought off the market, enhanced it myself with the Blackstones from rewards and the current event. Now Blackstones are still my limiting factor right now since I keep running out while building fail stacks. Now I'm using the Reblath method as well as a sub-weapon enhancing for my class, which I can then sell or use once it hits plus 15. Accessories, I just went for whatever I had or any Barris accessories I could get. I received a Basilisk belt and a ring of Crescent Guardian from an event box, so I kept the ring and I sold the Bassi belt to put me in range of bidding for boss pieces because the New Year's boss box was coming up and I knew that it would offer me a good chance to at least get 1 or 2 pieces of gear. Well, probably just 1. Now, I did what I usually do. I do the main story till the end where they tell you to go to Heidel, and then I just level to Bloody Monastery instead till level 35. After that, I head to Mask Owl Forest till level 40 or so, which was really cool because I got my first Tet on this account. I think it was a Tet Callus earring, which I keep on my inventory still just for good luck. I've never gotten an enhanced drop ever, so that was pretty exciting for me. And after the Mask Owl Forest, I went to the refugee camp or Manches till level 48 and Catfish right next door to hit 51. Now I sold all the gear I got, including all the materials, but I kept the relics for future use since memory fragments are going to be incredibly important to us since we're not going to be spending money on artisan memory. Now the reason for that is because I don't think we need artisan memory. I don't personally use artisan memory. I never have, only the free ones they give us, and that's simply because I don't like the idea of spending money and not getting something out of it. You save some time, but it's just saving time to gamble more, and that makes little sense to me. Personally, I'm not a big gambler, so I take a different approach to the game as someone who's more okay with gambling in that sense. Now, I was starting to enhance a bit more with the blackstones I received grinding, and I had not spent a dime on the account when I reached like level 51. Now, all this was done with a single free pet they give you and nothing else. Now, I noticed something interesting, that on EU servers, you guys are really on your game when it comes to doing world bosses. I have never seen so many people at a world boss in recent memory. My first time going to Kzarka, I was only level 52, but I said, hey, why not? Let's try it out. See if we can get at least an aura for our troubles. You know, start building up those auras. We need 100, right? So I died a few times, and I even stayed dead when I knew the boss was about to die for the tinfoil theory that says if the boss dies while loading in, you get no loot. It's not true, but I still sometimes fear that because it's happened to me a few times. But, well, 2 days into this fresh account, we get our first boss box. Yeah. We got a Kzarka box on the first try. No joke, this is insane. 2 years playing this game, and I have never received a world boss box, not once. So as you can imagine, I'm feeling pretty good right now. I'm thinking, well, damn, I have to do the main story to get the New Year's boss box now. Now I don't have much time because I completely forgot I had to do that. So I started out doing the entire quest line. Well, I like what they've done with it. First time playing through the story since the rework, so it didn't really feel too old. It felt fresh, but it did feel a little stretched out. It might have been because I was on the clock trying to get the box before the one-day event was over, but I finally did finish the quest line, and I got the box only to realize I can't even open up the box until I'm level 56. So that's a huge tease. While I was doing the story quest though, I did manage to scrounge up enough money to bid for boss items. So the first time bidding on my dandy, and I got it. I sniped it. So now I'm starting to feel some sort of divine intervention because damn, this luck streak is disgusting. But with these things, I always tell myself, okay, be happy, you won the bids, but don't be too happy because enhancing is the real bastard. Now at least we have 2 out of the 3 boss weapons already, and that's really good. That was day 2 or day 3 of playing the game. Now at this point, I think I had 120 AP and 120 DP, so I'm thinking Helms is the way to go, and that's where I went. Now if you don't know, Helms drops a lot of items, and that means staying with one pet is going to be a bit of a problem, at least for efficiency. So I thought it was a good time to spend some money. I was wanting to spend money anyway, but the main thing is pets, right? Everything's on sale, so it's a good time to buy them. I bought 4 dogs, an outfit, and 100 additional weight. The pets are self-explanatory. You need them if you're serious about grinding. The weight will help us out a little bit. The 2 free maids you get in game, I went with storage instead of marketplace to help us out even more. And the outfit was to simply just look good. It was on sale, so not too bad. Also, it's my favorite Tamer outfit, and this one never gets placed on the market, so it's a small price to pay for fashion. Now you could easily spend the money on more weight if you don't care about outfits or want to snipe one on the market, but I do say that spending 100 million or so on an outfit early on is detrimental to your progression. So after I bought the pets and the weight and the outfit, I went to Helms and ended up leveling to 57 there. Really good spot for new players, surprisingly good. Even nowadays, it gave me a shock at how good it was. It gave me a ton of blackstones, and if you add in the golem elite rotation, you're easily making about 20 mil an hour with around 140 130 AP. Of course, elites have a long respawn timer, and there are a lot of people going around, so it's not sustainable, but it's possible. Now when I hit 56 for my awakening, I sold the blue awakening weapon they give you, and that gave me just enough to bid on some more boss items, which led me to bidding on a Bheg's glove. And yeah, we got it. So we're 2 for 2 on market bids. We got the most important boss item for us, Bheg's. That's going to give us some really nice accuracy boost down the road, but again, we won't be enhancing this for quite a while. And once hitting 56, we can open the New Year's box. And at this point, I'm just hoping for anything really, except for another Bheg's because we don't really need to. We end up getting another Kzarka box, which I'm sure is awesome, but at the same time, I'm not really sure how to feel about that. It does mean though, it's about 150 million once the new marketplace comes out. So we want to keep that in storage. Since we don't really need the money right now, we have our Kzarka, we have our dandy, and we have our Bheg's. The rest of the pieces aren't as high priority. Might as well just keep it in storage until the prices rise after the new marketplace system. Now I stayed in Helms till 57, but I moved around to different areas in Medaya for the Asuli pieces. I got fairly lucky and got all the pieces in about an hour at each location. And once I hit 57, I went to Bashim's to start leveling, and honestly, the entire place was just so crowded, even late at night. It's hard to really hold down a rotation. I didn't really stay there very long. Nagas is really the only place we can go with my current gear score, so I started grinding there, and I forgot how good Nagas was for Blackstones. It's insane. It's still crowded, but I know it fairly well that I can find like little spots to grind, and our gear isn't good enough to overgrind. It may be still crappy silver per hour, but honestly, Blackstone drop rate is alone worth it to help us enhance, and that's really where I've been. Now I'm halfway through 59. As of recording this, I've hit 59. Almost all duo. Once we hit duo on the last 2 Grunil pieces, I'll start going for try on my weapons and then try on the armors, which by then we should be 60. At that point, we'll finish the main story quests for Medaya, Valencia, Camasilvia, and Dragan. Now, Kama's going to give us some better earrings, and Valencia will give us the Ring of Power, which will be a nice upgrade for an Asula ring. That's a 4 AP increase. Now, depending on how many more syrups we get on the way to 60, we're going to try and go for duo with what we get. After we complete the main story quest, I'll be making my way to Fogan's to see if it's viable for us. My main issue, though, is the travel time. The nice thing about Nagas is that you can just run to Sangrain and get more potions or repair quickly. Sometimes, though, quickly isn't quick enough, as the amount of times I've left the zone for about 5 minutes to come back to someone doing some whack rotation is too many for my liking. I saw this one guy who was grinding the rotation I show on my Nagas grind guide and extending it quite a bit, yet he couldn't even one-shot the mobs. Not very efficient when the mobs respawn and idle there for a full minute before you get back to them. It's not very good, but luckily, and to my benefit, our gear score is just good enough that we can adapt to whatever wacky rotations people are doing at Nagas, since I know the place decently well. Now, Fogan's would mean, though, that we would have to use Valencia, which is a pain unless we want to pay 10 million for a villa license, and that's a lot of money for us right now. I don't know the area as well as I'd like, and the positive, though, is you'd get better income, better scrolls, and no desert debuff, which was surprisingly persistent without a desert resistance pet over at Nagas. Now, luckily, Tamer has okay sustain, so it wasn't too much of a hassle. So, after a week, we're nearing 400 gear score and have all boss weapons ready to go. Oh, yeah, all boss weapons. So yeah, I opened some snowmen and I got a Nuver box out of it. Yeah, that's normal. Yeah, guys, you can't buy this RNG. It's insane. But yeah, we've been really lucky. We have also worked hard for it, let me tell you. Been grinding a lot more than I usually do. And as far as pets go, T1s are just enough for now, though in the future, we might want to go for a few T3s at least if we keep grinding weak mobs. The only thing I can think of that would help us would be, honestly, a tent and T3 pets. Weight-wise, I'm fine. Inventory, I'm okay. Only really had issues with places like Helms and Bashim where they drop a lot of weapons, but I plan on getting an elephant to use as my storage wagon in the desert. But it's going to be a hefty silver investment that I'm not really sure I'm ready to make right now. Now, life skill wise, I haven't really done anything. I don't really AFK on this account simply because I haven't really thought about what I want to do to make some money AFK. I started farming a little bit to make a little bit of income on the side, but nothing serious. We have some artisan workers already from simply just buying them on the worker exchange, and I think I got one from rolling workers as well. I did set up the potato and chicken nodes as well as the honey node in Heidel, so I'll start working on energy and CP as well as the worker and power stuff once we hit 61. Now, for the meantime, focusing on the simple grind will net us more money, since once we hit 61, we can then focus on other stuff. I'm happy with the progress, honestly, we made in 7 days. It's insane. It's a lot easier than I thought it was going to be, if you have the time, of course. I did forget to mention that we joined the casual guild, so we have those guild buffs helping a little bit as well. Haven't been able to do any guild missions to increase daily pay, but hopefully we can do that in the near future, since right now 5 million a day would be pretty nice for us. Right now we make like 300,000 a day. That's kind of garbage, but all in all, we're doing pretty well. So we'll see how we do in the second week. I'm pretty nervous about this coming week, though. With the possible market changes, a lot of changes are coming. So hopefully sitting on a couple accessories will help us out get a little bit more money for our trouble. And that's all I got for you guys. Let me know what you thought about this video in the comments down below. If you'd like to see more stuff like this and more videos from me, please like and sub if you haven't already. And remember to click on that bell icon to get notified when I upload my next video. I'm going to start streaming this series soon so we can experience our incredible luck, or maybe lack of luck, together. So follow me on Twitch to check that out. And as always, thanks again for watching. Thanks for listening. I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.